und herzlich willkommen zu theHunterCOTW soweit. Ja, wie ihr gesehen habt, letzte Folge, oder besser gesagt, im letzten Stream ist hier die geführte Tour, geht weiter, Teil 2, wieder aufgetaucht. Ich war richtig geschockt, dass die Mission wieder verfügbar ist. Aber jetzt wird sie mir hier gar nicht angezeigt. Aber ich meine, die war hier auf jeden Fall an der Kreuzung. So, vielleicht soll ich sie... So, ich habe die Mission jetzt auch mal ausgewählt. Alles klar. Kein Wunder, dass sie mir nicht angezeigt wurde. Gut, dann laufen wir die jetzt heute ab. In der Folge und versuchen jetzt einfach mal die Mission jetzt hier fertig zu machen. Nicht, dass sie mir nochmal jetzt abbricht. Und vielleicht finden wir ja noch ein schönes Tierchen auf dem Weg. Mal gucken. Letztes Mal die Diamantreiherente, die ich auch vergessen habe mitzunehmen, wo mir dann eingefallen ist, als ich schon die zweite, also ich kann ja von einem Dreierpärchen, was ich geschossen hatte, hatte ich das dann die Aufnahmen habe ich dann abgebrochen sozusagen, also das Aufnehmen des Tiers, und bin dann noch in die Torfwiderstand gegangen, habe die Reiherhände in Diamant ausgestopft. Das war aber auch Glück, ey.
We are pretty close to halfway through the blue trail now. Have you been enjoying yourself so far? You know, there are plenty more trails to walk on. For example, the yellow trail takes you through the hills. My personal favorite, the one me and Pirjo take when we want a long walk with Holly, is the red trail. It's a bit of a trek, but it goes down through the archipelago. Pirjo is an oceanologist, so we can mix business with pleasure and bring our binoculars for some bird watching. We have many different species of birds that visit us. I don't remember the names of the birds in English. We have the metsähanhi and the tukkasotka. And yes, this one I know. We have the golden eye, which I remember because Pierce Brosnan. He's good James Bond. And maybe you know, birds can't keep secrets, so if you listen, you can usually hear them long before you see them. When I want to get really close to them, I usually use a pulse blind. We have them available in the shop if you want to use one. Talking about birds reminds me of a song me and Pirjo made together a few days ago. We recorded the call of some birds and made this. It's very short, but I think it turned out funny. Let me put it on. Good, right? Pirjo is very talented.
Ja, dann haben wir hier unsere erste Elchgruppe, die wir jetzt heute mal hier gefunden haben. Ach, da steht das Männchen. Ja, 127,6. Sehr schön.
You know, west of here is a lookout tower, and northwest of that there is an outpost. It's a bit of a walk, but you can visit them now if you want. Or we can just continue on the blue trail. You know, this country has a history of high accuracy riflemen. And I believe it is important that a hunter is a few things. Firstly, somebody that respects and understands the tick and talk of nature and our place in it. Secondly, somebody that gives as much as he takes in life. And thirdly, a good shot. You know, nature doesn't really mind suffering, but we don't need to add to it. I've set up a few targets for you to test your aim. Go to the rock circle to start.
Ah, okay, hier vorne ist der Rucksack, also der Steinkreis.
Let's start with an easy 150 meters. You can use whatever weapon and scope you want. Kiva. Go to the next rock circle. Not a lot to say about this distance. 200 meters or 219 yards. You'll probably take most of your game at this distance. If you're not zeroing your scope, remember to compensate for the drop by shooting slightly above the target.
Da drüben. Okay.
Hyvä. Here we go. 250 meters. Somewhere around here is where wheat is separated from the chaff. Hienosti! Nice that you are not chaff. 300 meters or 328 yards. Imagine the old days, trying to hit this distance with an iron sight. Mahtava! I'm glad you have good aim. You know, I've been thinking of investing in a shooting range. It would be a good activity for our visitors and a source of revenue for the reserve. And down the line, a win for the animals, right? This has given me new energy to look into it. Thank you. Let's head back to the trail. I have a riddle for you. In the misty Finnish mountains, there is a village of magical squirrels. When they are born, they are randomly given a red or blue hat from their squirrel parents. A squirrel never knows the color of its own hat, and there are no reflective surfaces in the squirrel village. From a young age, they are taught a secret sorting rule that allows them to correctly sort themselves according to the color of their hat. Once a year, the squirrels have a ceremony. They all gather in the village center in a way that they can all see each other. They take a good look at each other and individually perform the sorting rule. Then they close their eyes and walk to the left or right end of the center. After a short while they walk back, mix and open their eyes again. How do they manage to sort themselves without making any mistakes? What is the rule? I'll give you a second to think about it. Any ideas? Here are a few clues. The answer is rational and logical. These are squirrels we're talking about. The number of squirrels doesn't matter, but to keep it practical, let's say it's any number between 5 and 10. It's something about counting, odds and evens. Try to put yourself in the shoes of one of these squirrels. Why would you arrive at a different number than another squirrel? Are you getting close to the answer? Here's a big clue. If everybody counted the same color, let's say blue, what number would squirrels that have a blue hat get opposed to the red squirrel?
So, da liegt er. ...173er. Sehr schön. So, dann gehen wir nochmal den anderen einsammeln. Auf der anderen Seite. Den Viererelch. Aber schön, dass das jetzt mal hier geklappt hat. Okay, noch ein Tränkegebiet. Sehr schön. Oh, ich war halt auf 300 Meter eingestellt. Ja, super. Aber es hat funktioniert. Dann habe ich ja wahrscheinlich die Wirbelsäule getroffen. ...207er Gold. Ja, sehr schön. Aus 337 Meter. War doch schön perfekt drauf. Ach, da liegt er ja. Ja, genau. 159 Meter und Brustrückenmark. Verwertungsprüfung nicht überstanden, weil ich nicht noch die Lunge getroffen habe. Jetzt konnten wir so die Mission noch abkürzen, um zum Weg zu kommen mit meinem Reisezelt hier.
We are getting close to the end of the tour. This section is the easiest. What were your favorite parts of the trek? People usually like the lake views. From the ground you might not see that there are a lot of lakes in Finland, but from above the countryside shimmers. You know, Finland is known as the land of 1,000 lakes, but more correct would be the land of about 190,000 lakes. A paradise for the hunter, the fisher, the poet, and the mosquito. To make it easier to move around, we have boats stationed at the bigger lakes. Feel free to use them when you need to cross from one shore to another. I thought it would be nice to rest your legs and take the last part of the trek in a boat. That's the end of the Blue Trail and our trek. I hope you enjoyed the walk and our chat. It was fun getting to know each other, and I hope you will always have a positive view on Revontuli Coast. Do you mind if I play a little tune I wrote for the occasion?
Die geführte Tour ist abgeschlossen und hat geendet. Sehr schön.
So here it is. If all the squirrels count the same color, let's say blue, then the blue squirrels will always arrive at one amount less than the reds, because a blue can't count his own hut. They can therefore divide themselves according to odds and evens. Elegant rule, right? These squirrels are a clever bunch of critters.
Ja, sag schon, jetzt haben wir das endlich mal abgehakt hier. Auch in Videoform. Jetzt haben wir nur noch die 19 verschiedenen Tierarten offen und haben jetzt auch endlich mal alle anderen Missionen fertig. Sehr schön. Ja, dann war es das für diese Folge. Vielen Dank fürs Zuschauen und schaltet auch beim nächsten Mal wieder ein. Bei der nächsten Folge TheHunterCOTW. Soweit. Bis dann. Tschüss.